Baker Jr. We're here again with Kevin Mayo. This is part 2 of his story. Now let's just get right back into this. Where did we leave off, Mr. Kevin Mayo?
Man, either or, Kevin Mayo, aka the Immaculate Cap, during my stint in Perkins High School, my nickname was actually Huggy.
Huggy?
I got a good, yeah, Huggy.
How did that come about?
Alright, so boom. I used to sit at the lunch table with my boys, John McGookie, Adam Tinker, Jacob Lamaka, if I'm not mistaken. The Jets or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Every single day during the lunch line or whatever, I would go spit my game at some ladies in the line or whatever. I'd be like, "What's up, girl? How you doing?" And then I'd sound like that one dude out of the Bing Bong video essentially, and I'd always go for the hug. That ended up being my nickname, Huggy.
Huggy! Now, did you do that like every day? Were you just the guy that gave the hugs every day?
No, I wasn't really the hug guy. I was more for the hoes, and I was like ecstatic with the ladies because of it. But I started being really anti, just because like when you become that one guy that's always known for doing something, after a while you can become a caricature of that or whatever. You want your identity. Well, at least me personally, you want your identity to be based upon the facets of the variations of your values when the challenge, not something directly attributable to something you do, which would means there's a conditionality to your identity, meaning okay, so I get up and I go running every day. Everyone's like, "Hey, that's that running guy." Now you ever stop running, you're not that running guy anymore.
What's up with that, man?
Who are you? Yeah, you got it.
What's up with that?
So no, for real. Yeah, I mean cognitive dissonance is a motherfucker. I mean, it's one of the interesting things about the human psyche. But that's just what we do as people. We see something and we get comfortable with it, and I'll tell you one thing. I'm nobody is truly any ism, whatever you feel, racist, sexist, misogynist, etc., etc. We more or less have a means of discrimination. All humans discriminate. I mean, we do that when we pick between getting up out of bed and still laying down in that motherfucker. We more or less determine who we are by discriminating between what we do, and we get to those decisions easier through the process of cognitive dissonance, or associating somebody with something. So this was Perkins Middle School at this point or whatever, and I was I was just killing shit. I had a lot of fun, being embraced by by the football team, the jocks, what's it called? I had that little breath of fresh air after being in a mostly black environment, transitioning from Perkins to Sandusky following like 7th grade.
I know.
Then,
I was just thinking about that. You were at Huron, Sandusky, Perkins.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just Sandusky. I didn't know all that.
Child, you know.
You was traveling.
A traveled child, you know. Yeah, and I mean, I thank God for that. You know, I mean, I got to connect with like a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life, and I mean, I feel like that has a lot to do with that has a lot to do with you know, how willing I am to listen, and like, because like, you know, I just like seen and had a lot more of a variety. I encourage everyone watching and listening to this right now, like as often as possible, like just encourage the people you know and love. Just talk to a stranger. You know how like we got told as kids, don't talk to strangers. Like don't run your mouth. This, that, or the third. Do it with care. Do it with kindness. And if nothing else, do it because there's no quantifiability to like the value you can get from like another person's knowledge. Like I'm a firm believer in energy and whatnot, and like I don't think like any soul needs to interact with another one without reason or without cause. I don't believe in mistakes. I really don't.
Very well said, and I totally agree with that. And anybody that is listening right now, I totally agree with what this Kevin just said. Is don't be afraid to talk to that person next to you. Next time you're out, say you're at Starbucks or you're at Chick-fil-A or even Chipotle, you're in line. Just get to know that person, you know, while you're waiting, and you never know what you're going to come across, what you're going to find. You know, the amazing stories that you're going to come across. You never know who you're talking to, and what this person's done in their life, or if they're interested in hearing your own story, what you've done in your life. Don't be afraid. Embrace that person, that stranger, because we know what, at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. Mic drop.
Well, I'm gonna push back on that ever so slightly. I don't think all human beings are in the same boat, just because like of like the larger societal structures at hand. It's good to share your story, and it's good to like, you know, like see what people can offer you, and what you can offer them, and just to get that like holistic wisdom. But I mean, you gotta be really careful with the assumption that like, you know, everybody has has the same level of risk and like the same value system that one another does. Like that's something I notice pretty often, like with people, like, you know, I was talking to another one of the guests on your show. I'm not going to tell you which one though.
Why not?
He's a good friend of mine, and I grew up with him and whatnot, and like we were having a conversation, you know, about life and stuff, and I mean, here's where I tend to divulge on. Here's where I tend to divulge on my ideology with a lot of people. I feel like greed and doing what's best for yourself most often, always like leads to greed. You know, it leads to like some form of like exploitation or malice. Like even if it's like even if it's a fruitless effort at that. Like at one point or another, like if you should golden calf, which is like just like alliteration for a mirror. Uh, like if you put that at the altar over, like, building bonds and, I mean, your personal goals in your life, then, I mean, like, you're just gonna kind of be chasing your tail.
Hold on.
But
if somebody doesn't understand exactly what you're saying, can you kind of explain to the audience give them more of a detail what you're trying to say?
I got you. All right. Me and my buddy was having a conversation about, like, the ruling ideology of the world. I think it's more about. I think, like, what drives a lot of people's like values, or like what their integrity is, the concept of scarcity, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, there's a limited amount of whatever the hell you want, chalupas. There's a limited amount of chalupas, so I have to get as much as I can, as fast as I can, without ceasing, and because it will be gone. And if anybody else endangers my ability to get chalupas, then I need to stop them or hinder their ability to get chalupas so I can continue to get mine.
Well said. Well said. And I hope whoever's listening got all that in. They understood that,
I mean, it's some pretty complex. It's some pretty complex shit. You know what I mean? Like,
because that was very well put.
Thank you, my king. But, like, truly, I was talking to Buddy, and, like, he was telling me about like, back when he was, like, down south or whatever, like, someone took like the drug dealers in his area, they would buy cheap marijuana, spray it with bug spray, and then so it would like smell like exotic or something, like the higher quality marijuana, and then like sell it, and, like, like, the purpose of bro telling this to me was, like, just for the shock value, like, oh my god, why would somebody do that? Wow, the world is so fucked up. And like, the sad truth is like, I kind of understand.
Do you?
You take a cheaper product and you alter it to mimic a nicer product to get as to sell to sell your product for the highest price at the lowest cost to yourself. And like, because, like, as a drug dealer, who sprays his drugs with bug spray, like, I'm not in the empathy business. Like, I don't give a shit about like who gets laced. I don't give a shit about like what that does to me. I don't even give a fuck if any of these people call back. I more or less just want some more money. I didn't really take telling me that story about as more or less like a sign of evil, sign of end times. I just see it as like, the system we live in, like, being stared at in the face. Like, people will, to a certain degree, sell their firstborn child for the next dollar.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's been happening since the beginning of time, though. That's nothing new. I mean,
I came from. And I mean, like you look at greed, and like I mean, I just don't think it's always been there since the beginning of time. I mean, like, okay, so my mom and my brother, Dank, whatever that lovely father figure I was telling you about, he he took it back to biblical biblical times, the Genesis and the creation of the world. Like, you know, I mean, why? So like we have the story of Cain and Abel, right?
Yep. We're getting we jumping into this.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. Let's go for it. Cain killed Abel because he was because Cain was jealous of Abel's offering to God, right? All right. So let's take it. I look at that in 4 layers of, like, you know, reality or whatever. Like at the first elementary layer, like we're like, oh my God, Cain killed his brother because he was jealous. That's bad. You can't be jealous. You know, that's the general like Christian takeaway or whatever. I mean, like you know, love your brother, and don't let the evils of jealousy, like, you know, consume and like destroy what you have. Layer 2 goes a little bit deeper. Like, at what point did God make the judgment that meat, or like a slain lamb, was it? I'm not sure. I like I said, I love you. I love y'all. I love you, human beings. Religious texts. I'm just not too familiar with them. I need to get them plugged in here and there.
You better get the studying, man.
I'm sorry.
You better get into that book. You better start getting into the Old Testament.
Hey, maybe you can show me sometimes. But alright, so we got Abel. So like we got God. Like did he directly communicate with Cain and Abel and tell them, hey, this is a nicer offering than what your brother gave? Did he talk to both of them? Was like a bachelor, the Bachelor type deal or whatever? Did God give like a rose or a bountiful harvest to whoever made the nicer sacrifice? And then like we get to layer 3. Like what in particular made slain goat, slain lamb more valuable than Cain's offering of like fruits and vegetables, garden, harvest, a bounty? What was Cain's offering versus Abel's?
I'd have to get in the Bible myself. Start. I thought we was telling your story, man. I didn't know we was gonna be in Sundays.
This is part of it. This is part of it. This is an argument I just had with my mom, my brother. This is kind of the crux of it, right?
I was like, I thought we was telling your story. I didn't know we was gonna be at start preaching back and forth.
No, that we're really telling our story.
If anybody is listening right now, the podcast name is Another Day, Another Blessing. And here I want you to tell your testimony. That's for some other time.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You'll cause the apocalypse if you tell people I'm any form of a preacher, brother. I'm gonna let you know right now. God. Alright, so we got layer 3. What inherently makes a lamb more sacrificial than vegetables or whatever? Is it the flesh? Is it blood? Is it the fact that it was living and now dead? Is that what pleased God more? The effort and the lack of time, to curate. I mean, like, you really think about it, like, Abel probably just hurried up and killed some shit and then, like, was like, here, to God, while, like, you know, like, Buddy was probably had, like, a science experiments and shit, like, you know, like, water plots and, you know, putting sticks in the ground trying to, like, really figure shit out. And then, like, we get to layer 4, and, I mean, this is gonna sound pretty controversial, but why would I kill my brother off of anybody else's ideologies of judgment? It doesn't matter what they're telling me that they for me. It doesn't matter who they are, how booming the voice, or where they are.
Well, you have a different mindset, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and yeah, they're in ancient times, like, where they didn't have iPhones and, like, and a bunch of books and shit. But I'm not. But, like, I mean, like, the genesis of time and human beings, essentially. I mean,
hold on. Let me jump in here real quick.
You gotta look at that kind of cerebrally.
Hold on. Let's actually go into this time. This is way back in the beginning, and actually put yourself in that position, and think about this is when the Creator, you know, when everybody was believing that God, you know, nobody else was believing in different gods, was talking to your brother, and your brother was getting all the attention. Wouldn't that kind of make you jealous in a way that the Creator of everything around you was talking to your brother and showing your brother more love? Would you get jealous of that? I mean, our mindsets have changed a lot since then.
I mean, yeah, like, no, like, I'm not doubting, like, that, like, seeing somebody would get jealous, but, like, I'm just saying, like, it's like something really isn't adding up when you get down to, like, you know, the bare bone facts. Like, I mean, something like that could happen in like real life today or whatever. I mean, like, let it be not exactly a booming voice. You must sacrifice to me. Like, and whether you adhere to that or not, I mean, it's just kind of mind blowing that, like, something that, like even if God was, like, just like a third person to that, like another mortal being to them, because, like, a bunch of people are like, hey, yeah, so, like, man, Kevin's much cooler. Kevin's so cool. This, that, and the third. Like, even if it was, like, people gossiping or whatever, like, giving me all the juice, like, those words aren't there. They're just words. So that, like, to a certain degree, like my thoughts and, I mean, God is more existent than the concept of jealousy, because, like, I was value, like, you know, like, there needed to have been some form of, like, that needed to be have some form of, like, wealth and trade involved, and, I mean, that's just not very Christian, if you will. I don't know, man. I mean, that's just, like, that, I mean, that kind of, like, stems to, like my, to, like, the cornerstones of my ideology or whatever. I feel like greed motivates, like, a lot of the emotions that we feel, that as Kevin and Chris, the brains and bodies, not Kevin and Chris, the minds. You know what I mean? Like, seeing a girl twerk or whatever and being like, or getting mad when, like, when somebody says or does something. I mean, it's more or less products and reactions to physical sensations and physical and visual stimuli, rather than rather than like like actual meat and potatoes. You know what I mean?
But also in that story too, that was actually the first time that actually happened. That was actually recorded to that
I
point.
mean, yeah.
And that's why that story is so huge. But as you read further into the Old Testament, that stuff continued to happen, and we kept getting plagued with it. People were jealous, it just goes on and on. Actually, at one time, hold on. At one time, we actually spoke the same language. All of us, the whole human race, spoke the same language. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And then God had to change our languages because we tried to build a ladder to heaven. That is written. I'm not making that up. That's written.
I don't know if it would have been a bad thing if humans built that ladder, because as a direct result, I mean, humans kind of built like a elevator to hell. If Satan's a little bit more inviting than God, then you get the prevalence of greed over good, Mr. Bacon.
But as you look more into it, isn't it kind of crazy how, like, in the beginning, it went from we were trying to find a way to heaven and get to heaven, and now, in the future, the present we live in, we have seen that we're trying to get to hell. And people are trying to come up with, opening doorways and pathways and all that crazy shit.
I mean, it's just different ways of accomplishing, like what.
We could go on and on about this all day.
Essentially the same poll. So you ever hear of Hermes Trismegistus?
No.
He's one of the three wise men. He had this amazing text called the Kabbalion, and I mean, he talked about seven principles about the infinite and the all, the connectivity between all human beings being what we know as God. So number 7 was the Law of Correspondence. As above, so is below. You see things that kind of correlate, no matter that correlate universally, kind of no matter what and where they are. I mean, it just kind of happens, and that's because of universal law of correspondence. We all have a shadow, if you will. You know what I mean? We look at this shadow that my hand is casting.
What is that?
Yeah, crazy, right?
What is that?
Hands, don't worry. No,
you got horns coming out of your head?
No, alright, but look. So it's a little bit dissipated, softer shadow because there's a diffuser over the thing. But by all means, just think of it as like a normal shadow. There's light hitting and piercing through an object, and then and then how the light moves in defringement of the source of the light. It casts a shadow, a dark side, an equal substance almost, and meaning like the same exact thing exists, but in reverse and in darkness, whatever. Same with mirrors, same with a shit ton of other things. I could go on for a while, but when you really try to I'd say the Tower of Babel was more just an expression by an interpreter of the Bible rather than like, you know, an actual like explanation of the event. I feel like what caused the Tower of Babel to fail was the synchronization of humanity and, like, you know, likening it to like profiting. Like, you know, like priests used to like tell people like you can buy your way to heaven, you know, if you like spend so many shillings. So if you don't have enough, then I mean you're castigated down to hell. And I mean I'm sure like there's like some proof or some text that like Tower of Babel was a completely benevolent, like carefree project. But I mean, like, if there's a profit motive involved in like what's supposed to be free, universal, and all accepting and benevolent, then purity become like that. Purity also creates an impurity as a result of it. You know, it creates like people with like an outer class, almost creates a shadow person to the light, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, and we could, I'd love to tell you about the story of Atlantis, Mr. Baker, but I mean, we're in the middle of high school now. I think we should kind of keep like a moderate progression.
I know. I was like, we're kind of doing what we did last time, where we're here and now we're all the way over there. All right, back to high school.
I've been got embraced by all the jocks and stuff. I got but unfortunately I kind of had a similar issues to like what I had in like the school. I'm not in what's called in elementary school and shit. So like I was writing raps and stuff, and like I brought over my raps and whatnot over from Sandusky to Perkins, and then a couple of my buddies or whatever heard I'd be rapping and stuff, and then I had this list of girls' names, and I was like, man, yeah, this my hit list. I was talking about like girls I want to fuck. I was talking about girls I want to fuck as like a badass 13-year-old kid or whatever. And so I came to school the next day. These motherfuckers went in my locker and that ass like found a screwdriver. I mean an automatic screwdriver, whatever, or a drill. What I say, an automatic screwdriver. I sound like the biggest fucking plebe ever after talking about old hermetic knowledge. A power drill in my locker because like I do maintenance work after school and stuff, and they wanted to expel me indefinitely pending investigation.
Because they thought
Because they thought I was a school shooter. Had my black ass on the news and everything. My homegirl Rachel Losi, I think she works at Gucci in Soho. She put that shit. She reminds me of that every time I see it. I had a fucking bomb threat or some weird shit.
Wait.
It turned into
You said because you had a power drill.
Fucking power drill.
You had a power drill.
Because I had a power drill. I wrote raps and I wrote down a list of girls' names and I called it a hit list.
Oh, okay, I got you. I see. So they saw the hit list as the pasta. That's who you were gonna take out with the power drill, huh?
Yes. I was going to slowly screw them all to through their hearts or whatever, and then use the circuit breaker system to tell the school to that there is no God, so I could raise anarchy.
I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm out. This is too much. I'm out. I'm out of here.
My childhood was like low-key cancer, man. I ain't even know, right? It was bullshit.
Dude, you had quite the high school experience, though. I mean, but just school-wise altogether. Huron, Sandusky, Perkins, and you experienced all three in a lifetime? Here, I was thinking you went to Sandusky your whole life.
Oh my god. No, yeah, man. I mean, like, I'm thankful for, like, as many people as I've met, and, like, you know, I mean, I think about, my other, brothers and, sisters I've, like, you know, like, had to go through, like, their own little transitions and shit. I think about my good friend, more Bubby. I ain't seen him in a grip. Last time I seen him, I think it was 2017. It's my brother. I miss him. And then we got, like, you know, my boy Xavier Turner. Brother made it all the way to the leagues and whatnot from the humble streets of Meg Street, Sandusky, Ohio. All sorts of black excellence that that came from and had a similar transition from, like, you know, being in a mostly black environment to like, you know, like kind of like the incredible Mr. Deeds type situation. I guess. No, wait, no. The movie about the kid that was like that had the TV show about him, the Timothy show, the Truman Show, Can't you see? It's a Truman Show, baby. Fight and dies is you.
You hear it one. This is the one and only place you will hear Kevin Mayo sing. It was so beautiful. I'm tearing up.
There's a couple other places.
Oh man.
A couple other places.
I gotta clean up.
You're a monster. You're a monster.
That was pretty good.
Thank you, King. Oh my god.
Hold on. You got any places you're performing at?
What's up?
Is there any places you're performing at on Thursday? Is there an open mic somewhere?
Shit, if I get invited, I'd love to go. But there's actually like there's not a lot of opportunity. I'm just moving to plug in my phone. There's not a lot of opportunity for and for outlets for what's it called to perform, for artists to perform. Sometimes that hurts my feelings. Like, you know, because, like, I know there's a lot of kids like me that just really more or less need a place to perform and, like, really express themselves.
We used to have a lot of places, actually. I wonder what happened to all of them, you know. There was a place, is that place in downtown still? It was called, like, the Dragonfly. It was in downtown Sandusky where you used to be able to perform at.
It's gone now. It's never coming back.
That was one of them. I remember back in the day where you could actually go and perform.
Rated G for gentrification.
Charlie's used to be able to do it. They used to have open mic. I don't know if they still do.
I go out to Charlie's and photograph all the time. Yeah. Shout out my boy DJ Randy. He providing an outlet for motherfuckers and shit.
DJ Randy.
To be honest with you, the Halo Live at the Mohawk by my dude Scott Ramon. He got a really nice. He has like a really nice venue. as far as what's it called goes. But there's like there's been like so many disagreements as well as like variations upon what what was happening with the venue. It's turned into primarily for profit, and I mean, I kind of get hurt like whenever I see that, because like I think of all the potential that that place still has, that's getting squandered over that golden calf. You know that.
Yeah, but the more you talk about it, I'm thinking like, you ever thought about possibly opening a place like an outlet for all the talent that we have around here? Is this something that we could see in the future from you?
I want to see more out of the people first. Like I've done a lot for beautiful city of Sandusky, and I mean, to be honest with you, like I need to take some time back and like do a little bit more for myself. So like the issue with like grabbing a building per se would be like if I make any more like large capital purchases, like now that I'm done with my car, now that I paid off my college tuition and shit, like I'll be wrapping myself right back up into a financial system that's like essentially only justified and substantiated by military violence, by how mighty and unbeatable the United States military is. And I mean, I just take issue with like involving myself like with the credit apparatus, um, as like we literally have a financial crash every 4 to 10 years. So meaning like whatever I get, it would need to it need to be justified, and I need to do it in terms of a business, so I get access to that 0% 0% interest money, that essentially free funding that corporations use to buy businesses. I mean, H2 property management and like all that shit downtown, like like even though we paid for that, that was all free for them, right?
Yeah.
Through a process called quantitative easing, credit purchases can be made through central banks, banking affiliates, accounts valued at 250,000 or more. They can pretty much purchase shit for free, leverage shit out for free, and collect real money for shit that they spend no money on. I would be going into the same system with my honest little dollars and going to try to go get a nice little brick building at a 6% interest rate, and gotta make my payments on time, and just in case like there's a rent. Whoops, there's a financial crash. So, I mean, you gotta stick to your liabilities. You don't get your shit forgiven, Kevin. You know what I mean? It's like what are we doing at this point? What are we doing at this fucking point?
It's as real as it can get there, people. Take it in.
Oh my god. So I don't want to sound all the way too somber. That's just my disbelief in the credit apparatus within the United States, and like our dollar as a construct. a firm believer and a holder in Bitcoin. I feel like Bitcoin can, solve pretty much all the problems that we deal with within our community, regarding gentrification, as well as real life inflation. I mean, what would you say inflation is at from 2015 to 2020, or 2015 to now, 17 to 22, 5 year span?
Just recently, just coming up to this time where, I don't know, what would you say?
Well, I'll tell you how much milk cost me in 2000.
I imagine it's not pretty.
In 17. Yeah, I mean, a subsidized product, and it's still subsidized to the same amount. A half gallon of milk costs roughly 39 or 49 cents. Get even cheaper if you got the right brands. Now, milk went up to about $2.39.
Yeah, I think I remember at one time at Walmart, actually, there was, I think it was 120, something at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think, now I'm getting it for almost $3.
Yeah, so I mean, things are literally, yeah. So that's just like that across the board. The Bureau of Labor Statistics hides all the markers of inflation in the prices of fuel, and as well as what's it called, commodities that people really don't use. But I mean, more electronics, vehicles, etc., etc. College in particular is 149 times the price it was in 1991. I paid my own damn way back. You pay your own way back. What the fuck?
All right, calm down. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, wait, where'd you go to college at?
Because BGSU.
Okay. That way anybody that was wondering.
I mean, we're pretty much done with high school at this point, kids. I graduated from the Sandusky class of 2012. I kind of had a rough patch right after 2012. I really contemplated suicide, just because I really didn't understand why the world was the way it was. And what really saved my life was music and I guess lust, for lack of better words. I mean, I didn't really have a love or a love interest of I mean, I was what you could call a I'm what you could call red pill Chad now. I used to be blue pilled as fuck. I used to just be really sad, thinking, oh, man, I'm perfect. Girls just don't like me because girls are all stupid and et cetera, et cetera. And
I think everybody feels that at one point, especially when you first get out of school. I think anybody that's listening probably would agree with you there. Where you feel that at first, and you're like, I like this, but after a while, it gets old, and you're like, you grow out of it.
Yeah, and then you get you get over yourself. I mean, that's really what needed to happen with me to stop to fall in love with my life, and to to the point where I wanted to keep it still. I needed to like really look and reassess and think, okay, people love me not because of what I do or what I say, but people just love me because of who I am. It's me who generates the thoughts. It's me who says, it's me who has that will to do things that people like. It's not and then like that was kind of my red pill moment or whatever, and I was like, give me the bitches. Where's the bitches? And I mean, like, girls started twerking on me in parties because, I started caring about myself, started working out, lost a little weight, and I mean, just oh my god, my sneakerhead phase. Right after I was about to kill myself, motherfucker, I got into the best thing in my life. Sneakerheadism.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
Oh shit, shit. Why don't you take a look, brother?
You got a closet full? Dude. Oh, damn.
Oh my god, that's like literally just like what I have out, or whatever. I mean, it's like $2,000 like worth right there. And like this is like freshly after being robbed for everything or whatever. Like just like I just always had that passion to shine, man. I just always had that passion to shine, and I mean that came from like wanting to love myself and wanting to rescue my identity from, I mean, a world that I felt like disregarded me or hated, like as like a chubby black kid growing up, or whatever. Like like girls would post pictures of skinny light skinned dudes with tattoos and abs, and or like pictures of Trey Songz or Lil Wayne and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, these bitches never fuck with a nigga unless we got money. So I mean, at this point, I don't even give a fuck. I just wanna look good. I'm not buying shit for them. I'm buying shit for me. And I mean, that was like, kind of my awakening into personality. I'd say like one of the best things that ever happened to me was desiring some Air Jordan sneakers, and like aspiring to get grab them and whatnot. So when I was a freshman at high school in Perkins, and I mean this is like an amazing segue. I actually had this pair of Air Jordan 12s.
And they still look good.
Obsidian colorway.
Yeah, those your freshman year?
Yes, indeed. No, oh my god, no. I had that colorway. It was
I was gonna say, damn, those look. Them look good still, man.
When my house got robbed or whatever, they took just the left shoe. So I only have like the right foot. I keep it by the door just to remind myself, like, man, I mean, like, it's in me, it's not on me. And I want to tell kids, like, you can love yourself, and like, yeah, people don't give a fuck or care about what you got on, and none of that really matters. But if it matters to you, it matters to the world. You understand? You're what makes the world special. What you like about like the things that nobody cares about is everything. That's what's going to save the fucking world. Keep being you. Keep getting into your woodworks, your fancy resin moldings, your cooking, your podcast, your what's it called, just whatever you do, just like don't be afraid to dive in and really learn and discover yourself. I mean, like you got a whole universe on the inside that can offer you solace. To the outside universe, and like the laws of correspondence dictates, as above, so is below.
In other words,
meaning
you're capable of doing anything.
I mean, yes and no. What you generate on the inside, like, is what's going on your outside. You know what I mean? You bring your inside to the outside after you discover your inside.
You're capable of doing anything. Take that in, guys. Accept it into your reality.
I don't know, man.
It's what you believe, though. It's what you believe.
There's a universal truth, Chris. I don't know. No, oh my God, I'm just giving you shit. I mean, that's kind of the core values of Hermeticism or whatever. I mean, it's more or less just about like constantly questioning reality, just to like really enhance it. But all right, I got it. So long story short, did a little stint in college. I started selling sneakers 3 years after spending tens of thousands of dollars on sneakers. Started slinging computers, candles, gym memberships. Ultimately, got shacked up with shacked up with some shit. Got a factory job in 2017. Dumped that broad in 2018. At the same year, I opened up a photography bit, Cat Flex Photography and Videography. 2 days after like 1 hour after getting laid off with 2 days notice or whatever. It was like Wednesday. They told us that we're indefinitely suspended from this end of May to like when the fuck ever they want to call us back, and that ended up being like 2.5 weeks, like out of nowhere. And I mean, I almost view that one of the most like awakening moments in my life or whatever. Like, I mean, I would have been just as well off, maybe even better off, like if I just filed for unemployment, sat and twiddled my thumbs, and just got back in line. But I mean, fuck it, why not? Why not see what's gonna happen? Delve into the inside, right outside.
And how, I mean, can you kind of like dig into like how it was at first, leaving factory work and then like pursuing your kind of like your dreams? You're going to do all that, and how was it at first? Was it like a brick wall? Was it easy going? Can you kind of explain?
God. Man, let me correct you, bro. Alright, so first things first, I never wanted to be the cameraman. I really didn't. I always asked my buddies, in particular, Jaywalk, DJ Jaywalk, or Jaywalk the artist, my cousin, 2O's the state rep, and others, various other people, to hold the camera and record for me while like take some pictures for me or whatever. Like I tried to relegate the task off to other people like so many times it was ridiculous or whatever. So like I seen my good friend Johnny White,
Johnny P. White,
part of the group Black. That's my dog, Mr. Hooligan.
The Hooligans.
Now I don't know how they feel about that, but I actually still do have a vintage cartoon hooligan shirt. Like I was like I was actually in talks to join them back in the day, but I mean that's neither here nor there. I mean, like path not traveled. So what I've seen about like his success and like his like ability to with visuals, I seen that in connection with his one of his buddies at the time, Bow Pow, I was recording and shit for him, and I was thinking, okay, like that. I mean, that's obviously something that can enhance like what I do. But for one reason or another, I mean, within the black community, I mean, it's just not popular or really that thing to to do photography. I mean, it's just like okay. Remember the 4 layers of reality with the with the biblical story. We're gonna do that again, we're gonna do that again really quick with how Kevin Mayo, the cameraman, came about to be. So layer 1. Hold on, just plugging in, making sure I'm getting the charge. All right, so layer 1. Kevin is laid off, and he needs to make money somehow. There's a camera there. Why don't I just start taking pictures since no one else will? So we look at that, and we see what the issue is. I mean, so I'm working or whatever. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to in Trump, now Joe Biden's America. Working consistently, paying my taxes, and just kind of accepting and starting my own business, whatever. Apple pie eating American right here. Layer 2. Why is there a demand for photography and videography in this area? Yeah, in a generation where literally everyone has a cell phone in their pockets. I know a lot of fucking people that kind of have that. I kind of have the notion, hey, the only value picture really has is the response it gets. A lot of people just take a picture. It won't be all that clear, but it gets a bunch of likes and stuff, and I mean it's fine, right? What really substantiates hiring a photographer? That image, that degree of separation between yourself and the cell phone photographer, or the person that that just doesn't put in as much effort as you, whether that be to display your love, show off your business, advertise yourself, tell the world about yourself, and so on. All right, layer 3. So the market exists because there's another tier of complication, and I can this exists as an avenue for me to make money. Why aren't other people doing it, or why aren't other people that's doing it making any money? And I want to let you and everyone watching this know I clicked about 140,000 last year off photography and videography. I mean, it's like squeezing water from a stone. There's people who have been doing photography and videography for years and years and years and years before I even got up and was like, let me try this out. Let me see what happens when I push this button. And you wonder what the fuck is what separates them from me or whatever. Is it just a height thing? like, oh, all right, so everybody's just doing that because they see everybody else doing it. That. Um, and but then like you're like, okay, so if other people realize that, then why what's so hard about other photographers finding that introductory clients to get the everybody effect, to get the everybody's just gonna go to that person because everybody does. And then we get down to layer 4, final layer of this little photography reality that like I constructed for myself. It all stems back to patience. Within time, within our reality, how much patience someone is willing to give, and the strength of their patience as it is tested is tantamount to the success that they will display within their lives. I'm a firm disbeliever in the marshmallow test. I don't think Susan, her name is of YouTube, is a smart lady, like I said in in part 1 of this interview. But like I look at the ability to absorb information and view it critically, no matter what it is, no matter what the medium is. That's what determines like people who make money off of their business and people who make money off of selling dreams, for lack of better words.
Very well put. All right, I gotta wrap this.
Layers of reality there.
I gotta wrap this up because we're officially out of time.
Okay. That's fine. How long was that?
We've been out for a little bit. We'll have to do this again sometime.
It's been a while. Oh my god. Literally, whenever you'll have me back on. Literally, whenever you'll have me back. I have a shit ton more stories to talk about. We can talk about my time in Miami, in which I seen Gucci Mane and Tory Lanez live, and I had to sacrifice girls to the clique.
All right, as we wrap this up, just want to say thank you for being on the podcast. I'd like to have you on again sometime to finish up these stories because you're full of stories.
No, I mean, we're pretty much done. You know, I mean, I talk so fucking much. You can check me out on my own podcast, Ideas the Podcast, Thursdays at 1 p.m. Interview rappers and other cool fucking people. I'd love to have you on to talk to you about your story or among other things.
I don't know if anybody's ready for that. I got a hell of a story.
Oh my god, you're a king, brother. And I also make instrumentals as well as rap. I'm under the moniker Cat Flex. You can find my music on all streaming services. Just look up Showman the Lion or Cat Flex, CAPFLEX, or Showman the Lion, the Showman. Last but not least, you can find me widely published as well as like pretty much in any newspaper periodical in the Northeastern Ohio area, and on many people's Facebook profiles, and like just all throughout the annals of time. If the photograph looks like, hold on a second. The photograph looks like this or better. I mean, it's like my work is instantly recognizable, and just know I'm somewhere smiling, seeing seeing you realize my greatness, and I'm very much appreciative of it. If you just be like, wow, Kevin did that? Yes, I did, motherfucker.
Now, for anybody that wants to have you take pictures of them or just wants to get in contact with you personally, where is the main source? How did
$400 for a full session.
Where is the main source? How can they contact you? What is your main source?
You can go to my website, shotbycatflex.com. I'm literally on all social media. I'm a verified partner with Google businesses. My file is to find me on avansphotography.com. That's a Fortune 500 company. Please, for the love of God, book through me. Do not book through that bloated ass, evil ass company. You're gonna pay 5 times the price for some shit that you get for the low ski if you holler at me. But I mean, that goes back to lyrical reality. Like, why the fuck am I gonna pay you that much for pictures? I'll just get my own camera. Yeah, I mean, but like, you can find me everywhere at the same time.
All right. As we end this, how do you want to end it? Awkward silence? Tell me about your love life, or me try to play an instrument.
Okay, so how about all three? I currently have 3 girlfriends. I'm like, they all just kind of give me the pussy and like do whatever the fuck they want, like in their free time, and like come over and like and act like wifey when they're over here. I'm gonna give all 3 of them wedding rings, and then I'm gonna get married to all of them. Have like 20 kids, and we're going off to Miami. Kevin's Angels.
I'm married. I got one, and I'm happy.
I want to give some life advice to the youth and anybody else who's watching this. Once again, look at the beautiful universe within you. Go, like, reach inside, take that inside outside. That is what will save the world. It is not just for your own benefit. It is not just for your own gain. Sharing yourself and sharing the essence of who you are with the world will make the world a better place. Last but not least, fight for somebody you don't know. Doesn't matter if what the fuck going on. If God gonna overnight your blessings. God gonna overnight your blessings when you put your life and your comfort on the line for someone that you're not related to, someone that you're not connected to, because we're all connected. As human beings, we're all connected on this earth, and we must treat each other with the compassion with the compassion and the edifice of love to grow in.
Preach, Kevin. Preach. Preach, Kevin.
We are all that mother's child. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in your prosperity doctrine, God. And I challenge anybody out of debate about your religious text, motherfuckers.
Preach.
Oh my God.
All right. And then the final one, I guess you want to see me try to play an instrument. Let's see what happens. I'll be right back.
No. It should be interesting.
Let's see what I got here.
You got a guitar? Okay. Bob Dylan. Alright, we're channeling our inner Bob Dylan.
So out of tune. Let's see if I get some jaws in here.
You got the part.
It's really out of tune. Alright, that is it.
the opportunity to clear the air, clear my space, and like I know this was very very unorthodox compared to like most of the interviews, but that my wish, because like I want to give people a motherfucking show and tell people about all the about like the crazy varieties of styles of interviews that will be on the Tell Me Your Story podcast YouTube channel.
Yep. This is Kevin Mayo.
And anywhere where you can stream podcasts.
This is Kevin Mayo's story, and has been told. Peace.